कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिं यः पिबन् सततं रामचरितामृतसागरम् अतृप्तस्तं मुनिं वन्दे प्राचेतसमकल्मषम् पौष्पदीकृतवाराशिं मशकीकृतराक्षसं रामायणमहामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनं कपीशं मक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वादात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारी परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमद राक्षसान्तकं वाल्मीकिगिरिसम्भूत रामसागरगामिनी पुनादिभुवनं पुण्या रामायणमहानदी वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहं रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः मङ्गलं कौसलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणाब्धये चक्रवर्ती तनूजाय सार्वभौमाय मङ्गलं सियावर रामचन्द्र की जय पवनसुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Nala was introduced by Sagara as the one who can build the bridge across me, and I shall uphold that bridge. Tamaham dharayishyami yata hi esha pita tata yata tata hi esha pita. According to him, that is, Vishwakarma's son is as good as, Vishwakarma's son is as good as Vishwakarma himself. Having said this, Sagara disappeared, and then Nala now started to speak about how he can complete the job for Sri Rama. Verse number 48. Aham setum karishyami.
Aham setum karishyami.
Vistirne makaralaye.
Vistirne makaralaye.
Vidusamartyamasadya.
Vidusamartyamasadya.
Tatvamaha mahodadihi.
Tatvamaha mahodadihi.
Dandayeva paroloke.
Dandayeva paroloke.
Purushasyeti me matihi.
Purushasyeti me matihi.
Dikshamam akrutagneshu.
Dikshamam akrutagneshu.
Santvam danamatapiva.
Santvam danamatapiva.
Aham isagaro bhimaha.
अयं हि सागरो भीमः
सेतु कर्म दिदृक्षया
सेतु कर्म दिदृक्षया
तदौ दण्डभयात् घातम्
ददौ दण्डभयाद्गाधम्
राघवाय महोदधिः
राघवाय महोदधिः
मम मातुर्वरो दत्तो
मम मातुर्वरो दत्तो
मन्दरे विश्वकर्मणा
मन्दरे विश्वकर्मणा
मया तु सदृशः पुत्रः
मया तु सदृशः पुत्रः
तव देवि भविष्यति
तव देवि भविष्यति
औरसस्तस्य पुत्रोऽहम्
औरसस्तस्य पुत्रोऽहम्
सदृशो विश्वकर्मणा
सदृशो विश्वकर्मणा
स्मरितोऽस्मि अहमेतेन
स्मरितोऽस्मि अहम्
स्मारितोऽस्म्यहमेतेन
स्मारितोऽस्म्यहमेतेन
तत्त्वमाहमहोदधिः
तत्त्वमाहमहोदधिः
न चाप्यहमनुक्तो वः
न चाप्यहमनुक्तो वः
प्रब्रूयामात्मनो गुणान्
प्रब्रूयामात्मनो गुणान्
समर्थश्चाप्यहं सेतुम्
समर्थश्चाप्यहं तेतुं
कर्तुं वै वरुणालये
कर्तुं वै वरुणालये
तस्मात् अद्यैव बध्नन्तु
तस्मादद्यैव बध्नन्तु
सेतुं वानरपुङ्गवाः.
तेतुं वानरपुङ्गवाः.
Here, aham setum karishyami. I will do this great bridge. Vistirne makaralaye, in this vast ocean filled with all the very alaya of makara, alaya of alligators. Pitru samarthyat, by the excellence of my own father, asadhya, pituhu samarthyam asadhya, taking upon my father's excellent, efficient abilities, that is what mahodadihi tattvamaha. Accordingly, knowing this ocean, the Sagara, had addressed you about me. And, as even Rama had mentioned this, in certain situations, it is only danda that works. Danda eva paroloke kshamam akruteshu loke purushasya iti me matihi. Kshamam akrutagneshu, akrutagneshu danda eva paraha iti me matihi. For a person, for purushasya, akritagnya. Akritagnya means one who did not become grateful to what he received. Those who do not have any gratitude, such people must be given only danda. So, that is why it is said, akritagnyeshu loke purushasya danda eva paraha loke, paraha iti me madihi dik shamam. Indeed, forgiveness would not work. Santvam, any kind of reconciliation will not work. Danam, and other kinds of influencing a person will not work at all. So it is only danda which works. Sometimes one has to take by the punishment. It's the only way. So because some people who are ungrateful, forgetting what they have received in the past, as we know, Sagara is Sagara because of the greatness of that parampara of Ikshvaku. But then Sagara had forgotten totally about that. Ayam hi Sagaraha Bhimaha. This indeed is an extremely huge ocean, and which was originally Setu Karma Didrikshaya Dandabayat Ragavaya Mahodatihi Dadau. So it is indeed because of that fear that you will actually punish him. That is why he gave this permission. And also Sedu Karma Didrikshaya, Drashtumichaya, to see, to make sure that a bridge is built. That is the reason why he had given this permission. Even though it is Gadam, it is indeed very, very deep ocean, yet it has given the permission. And this is because Dandabayat, because of the fear of being punished. And at the same time, Vishwakarmana Mama Matuhu Mandare Varau Varaha Dattaha. My mother has been given a boon by my father, Vishwakarmana Dattaha. Mandare, at the Mandara mountain, and where I was born, there it is been given to my mother. Mama Putraha, Mama Sadrshaha. Maya Sadrshaha Putraha, Devi Bhavishyati. My son will become like me. In this way, he gave that great boon. And that is the reason why I am able to do that. Tasya Aurusaha Putraha. From I am born out of his loins, therefore Vishwakarmana Sadrshaha Aham. I am equal to that of Vishwakarma. Now, only thing is, why he did not tell all this while? He is also part of the monkey of Sugriva's army. Why you didn't tell? Rama will ask the question, because it is not that Sagra brought him. Nala was already there as the part of the Sugriva's army. So he says that Smaritaha asmi api, Asmaritaha asmi etena Mahodatihi Tattvamaha. So, because I am, even though born out of the Vishwakarma, etc., but, it's interesting that this is a thing that is similar to Hanumanji, it happened. So Hanumanji also, with all the power, unless somebody reminded him, he will not know. Similarly, I am also Smaritaha, being made to remember this. I was told by my mother long time back, but I did not have that in my mind until Mahodatihi, when the ocean reminded me, Samaritaha asmi aham etena. Anuktaha na prabruyami atmanaha gunan. My own qualities, unless I am asked, I will not reveal. So this also shows the humility. One's own quality, you will know what one is capable of doing, unless one is asked. Anuktaha aham atmanaha gunan na bruyami. Also, I am not whatever is capable, unless I am asked to reveal it, I would not do. So, samarthahascha api aham sedum kartum vai varunalaye. I am also capable fully to build this. Now, what I want from you, not from you as such, from all the monkeys. Tasmat adya eva setum badnantu vanara pungavaha. So, I need the material. I can build the bridge. I have the skill to do that, but I need the material for that, which I need to get it from all these monkeys who are around us. So let that process start. ततो विसृष्टा रामेण
ततो विसृष्टा रामेण
सर्वतो हरिपुङ्गवः
सर्वतो हरिपुङ्गवाः
उत्पेतुतुः महारण्यम्
उत्पेततुः महारण्यम्
दृष्टा शतसहस्रशः
दृष्टा शतसहस्रशः
तेन गान्नगसङ्काशः
तेन गान्नगसङ्काशाः
शाकामृगगणशबाः
शाखा मृगगणर्षभाः
बभञ्जुः पादपांस्तत्र
बभञ्जुः पादपान् तत्र
प्रजकर्षुश्च सागरम्
प्रचकर्षुश्च सागरम्
ते शाश्वकर्णैश्च
एतालैश्चाश्वकर्णैश्च
दवै वंशैश्च वानराः
धवैर्वशैश्च वानराः
कुटजैरर्जुनैस्तालैः
उडजैरर्जुनैतालैः
तिलकैस्तिनिशैरपि
तिलकैस्तिनिरैरपि
बिल्वकैः सप्तपर्णैश्च
बिल्वकैः सप्तपर्णैश्च
कर्णिकारैश्च पुष्पितैः
कर्णिकारैश्च पुष्पितैः
च्यूतैश्चाशोकवृक्षैश्च
च्यूतैश्चाशोकवृक्षैश्च
सागरं समपूरयन्
सागरं समपूरयन्
समूलांश्च त्रिविमूलांश्च
समूलांश्च विमूलांश्च
पादपान् हरिसत्तमाः
पादपान् हरिसत्तमाः
इन्द्रकेतो निवोद्यम्य
इन्द्रकेतु निवोद्यम्य
प्रजह्नुः वानरास्तरोन्
प्रजर्हु वानरास्तरून्
तालान् दाडिमगुल्मांश्च
तालान्दाडिमगुल्मांश्च
नारिकेलविपीतकान्
नारिकेलविभीतकान्
शरीरान् बकुलान् निम्नान्
शरीरान् बकुलान् निम्बान्
समाजह्रुः इतस्ततः
समाजह्रुः इतस्ततः
अस्तिमात्रान् महाकायाः
अस्तिमात्रान् महाकायाः
पाषाणांश्च महाबलाः
पाषाणांश्च महाबलाः
पर्वतांश्च समुत्पाट्य
पर्वतांश्च समुत्पाट्य
यन्त्रैः परिवहन्ति च
यन्त्रैः परिवहन्ति च
परिवहन्ति ततः thereafter Ramena Visrishta being released by Rama Sarvataha Haripungavaha all over all the Vanaras there they are Utpetatuhu they started to rise up Maharanyam they entered into the Maharanya forest Krishtaha very excited Shatasahasrashaha hundreds and thousands they started to enter into the forest they nagan they took out all the trees naga sankashaha they are themselves looking like trees shaka mruga gana rishabhaha so they are also shaka mruga gana rishabha the meaning rishabha they are like bulls among all the monkeys Shakamruga Gana Garshabha Padapan Babanjuhu they broke all the various trees Prachakarshuscha Sagaram and started to throw into the ocean. Now you might have seen some places the video how we are all Indians are very well known for what is known as the surgical strikes. So the guy makes a roti and then he throws exactly it goes to the other guy. And then there he puts onto the tawa and he throws exactly it goes into the place where the other fellow is selling. Within, they don't even next to each other, at least 5 to 6 feet away, tick, tick. So surgical strikes. Similarly, from the forest they threw into the ocean. Straight it went to the ocean there. And the Prajakarshuhu, and the Prajakarshuhu, they indeed agitated the waters of the ocean with all the throwing there. Te salaihi, there are many different trees are being thrown into that. Ashvakarna, Sala, Dava, Vamsha is the bamboos, Vanaraha, Kutacha, Arjuna, Tala, Tilaka, Tinisha, these are all the various kinds of trees. These are all original trees from India. They are all being used. Bilva, Saptaparna, Karnikara, Pushpitehi Karnikaras, all even the flower, with the flowers they threw it. Mango trees, Chutaha, Ashoka, Vriksha, all of them being thrown that way. Sagaram Samyak Apurayan. They filled the ocean with all these various kinds of trees. Some Moolamscha, along with the Moola, Vimulamscha, sometimes without the roots. Padapan Harisattamaha, Indrakedo Nibodhya Umya. Indraketoni, Indraketon Iva Udyamya. Like that of when the Indra goes to war, how he raises his flag. In the same way, they are all raising the trees and other things in their hand. Prajahruhu Vanarans Tarun Prajahru, they just hurled through the trees into the ocean. Not only that, where Talan, the palm trees, Thadima, Gulman, and also pomegranate trees, Narikela Vibhuitikan, and also the part of the Nalikela, that is of the coconut trees, Kariran, Bakulan, Nimnan. So also they have thrown various other trees known as Karira, Bakula, Vibhitika, Kariran, Bakulan, Nimnan, Samajahruhu, Itastataha, they threw here and there. Hastimatran Mahakayaha, Mahabalaha, they are all equal to the size of elephants. Huge bodies, huge power. Pashanamscha, various rocks. Parvadamscha, even mountains. Samutpatya, taking away from they're rooting them out. Yantraihi parivahanticha. This is very interesting. They have used certain yantras to do also. They brought with themselves, or they probably built it there. So you might have seen some of the old war movies where they use certain machineries to take and throw. It's like it'll be like this, and then they put it on one side. It goes like that, and then again it'll come back, and then they put more things, and then in this way they kept on making sure that the entire sea has been filled with all trees and plants, natural organic bridge. No iron is used. Interesting things how they might have built this. See this. Sorry, this. How they have built this bridge with organic material, not polluting the ocean, at the same time so strong. Prakshipyamanaihi achalaihi.
Prakshipyamanaihi achalaihi.
Tahasa jalam udrutam.
Sahasa jalam udrutam.
Samutsa sarpa chakasham.
Samutsa sarpa chakasham.
Avasarpat punaha.
Avasarpat punaha.
Samudram kshobayamasuhu.
Samudram kshobayamasuhu.
Nipatantaha samantataha.
निपतन्तः समन्ततः
सूत्राण्यन्ये प्रगृह्णन्ति
सूत्राण्यन्ये प्रगृह्णन्ति
ह्यायतं शतयोजनम्
ध्यायतं शतयोजनम्
नलचक्रे महासेतुम्
नलश्चक्रे महासेतुम्
मध्ये नदनदीपतेः
मध्ये नदनदीपतेः
ततदा क्रियते सेतुः
ततदा क्रियते सेतुः
वानरैर्घोरकर्मभिः
वानरैर्घोरकर्मभिः
दण्डानन्ये प्रगृह्णन्ति
दण्डानन्ये प्रगृह्णन्ति
विचिन्वन्ति तदा परे
विचिन्वन्ति तथा परे
वानरैषदशस्तत्र
वानरैशतशतत्र
रामस्याज्ञापुरःसरैः
रामस्याज्ञापुरःसरैः
मेघाभैः पर्वतापैश्च
मेघाभैः पर्वताभैश्च
तृणैकाष्ठैर्बबन्दिरे
तृणैकाष्ठैर्बबन्धिरे
पुष्पिताग्रैश्च तरुभिः
पुष्पिताग्रैश्च तरुभिः
सेतुं बध्नन्ति वानराः
सेतुं बध्नन्ति वानराः
पाषाणांश्च गिरिप्रख्यान्
पाषाणांश्च गिरिप्रख्यान्
गिरीणां शिखराणि च
गिरीणां शिखराणि च
दृश्यन्ते परिधावन्तः
दृश्यन्ते परिधावन्तः
गृह्यदानवसन्निभाः
गृह्यदानवसन्निभाः
शिलानां शिलानां क्षिप्यमाणानां
शिलानां क्षिप्यमाणानां
शैलानां तत्र पात्यताम्
शैलानां तत्र पात्यताम्
बभूव तुमुलः शब्दः
बभूव तुमुलः शब्दः
तथा तस्मिन् महोददौ
तदा तस्मिन् महोदधौ
प्रक्षिप्यमानैः अचलैः, being that mountains are being thrown into that, sahasa jalam udrutam, that means the entire water of the ocean rose up. Samutsasarpa, it rose up, cha akasham, and to the sky, then from there, tataha punaha avasarpat, then it just came down. Meaning its water just rose up to the sky and then came down because of the extra amount of mountains and plants, mountains and trees and the rocks that are put there. And they fell down all sides. Samudram shobhayamasuhu. They agitated the whole ocean. Nipatantaha, samantataha, being they are all coming down with so much of force below. Then sutrani anye pragrihtanti. Some of them took a large size of rope. Pragrihtanti. Hayatam shatayojanam. They wanted to make sure that it goes into a certain amount of straight line from the land of India towards the Lanka. Therefore, they took a long rope of 100 yojanas. Mahasedum nalaha chakre madhye nadanadipatehe. Nadanadipatehe madhye, of the center of the ocean, the Nala started to build the Mahasetu. Satada kriyate setuhu, along as he was doing the construction part of it, Vanare Gora Karmabihi, with the help of all the mighty powerful Vanaras, and others, Dandan Anye Pragrihtanti. Some of them are holding on to certain rods and other things helping him. And some of them, Tada Apare Vichinvanti, they collected more stuff. Vanaraihi Shadashasatra, thousands and hundreds and thousands of Vanaraihi. Ramasya Agnya Purasaraihi, keeping Sri Rama's command and his required needs, keeping that as the foremost of their, purpose. Mega apaihi, they are equal to that of huge mega apaihi. Parvatabaischa, huge clouds and huge mountains. Trinaihi kashtaihi babandire. So, with all the various mountains, and so it is interesting when you look at it from the top of the. This is a translate picture, as you see that. This, it is under the water. This is taken by satellite. This is under the water. Under the water, probably many feet, many miles down is now drowned. But from the top, when you take a picture, when it was being constructed, it is filled with reeds, trina, kashta, wood and various reeds, mountains. And so some people have the audacity to say, without referring to the Ramayan, actually it was already there. But the walk of the way, it's already there, because it is not built, because nobody can build a hill. Hill has to be there already. So it is not built, it is already there or earlier, and that's what is seen here. But that is not the case. It is being built because it is considered as the greatest feat ever happened. Pushpida Gracia Tarbihi Sedum Badnanti Vanaraha. It is being built by the various trees that will even still be flowering at that point. So, Pashanamscha Giriprakyan, the rocks that are even looking like that of the huge mountains. Girinam Shikaranicha, the summit of various mountains. Drishyante Paridavantaha, Grihya Danavasannibaha, Vanaraha, looking like demons, they were carrying and were running here and there. Paridavantaha, Grihya, holding on to them, they were moving about here and there. So, Shilanam, Shipyamananam, where the stones are being thrown, Shailanam Tatra Padyatam, being the various mountains are being thrown along with rocks, etc. Tumulaha Babuba Shabdaha, there is a huge amount of thundering sounds. Tata tasmin mahau dadau, in that very ocean, there was a unbearable amount of sound that was going on by the throwing of the stones, huge rocks and huge mountains and trees and other things. Now, how many days it took to build this? This is another interesting thing. 5 days. They built in 5 days. That's the power of the Vanaras.
Palm Jumeirah, Swamiji. It is built on the ocean, Dubai.
What's that?
Palm Jumeirah. It is artificial. The one they built in Dubai.
Oh, okay.
So this is much older than that.
Yeah. So here it said, Kritani Pratamenahna
Kritani Pradamenahna
Yojanani Chadurdasha
Yojanani Chaturdasha
Prakrishtair Gajasankashaihi
Prahrushtair Gajasankashaihi
Twaramane Plavangamaihi
Twaramane Plavangamaihi
Ditiyena Tadevakna
Dvitiyena Tathaivahna
Yojanani tu Shabimshatihi
Yojanani tu Vimshatihi
Kritani Plavagaisturnam
Krutani Plavagaisturnam
Bhimakarma Mahabalaihi
Bhimakayer Mahabalaihi
Akna Tritiyena Tata
अह्ना तृतीयेन तथा
योजनानि तु सागरे
योजनानि तु सागरे
परमाणैर्महाकायैः
त्वरमाणैर्महाकायैः
एकविंशतिरेव च
एकविंशतिरेव च
चतुर्थेन तथा चाह्ना
चतुर्थेन तथा चाह्ना
द्वाविंशतिरदापि च अदापि वा
द्वाविंशतिरथापि वा
योजनानि महावेगैः
योजनानि महावेगैः
कृतानि त्वरितैस्ततः
कृतानि त्वरितैस्ततः
पञ्चमेन तथा चाह्ना
पञ्चमेन तथा चाह्ना
प्लवगैः क्षिप्रकारिभिः
प्लवगैः क्षिप्रकारिभिः
योजनानि त्रयोविंशत्
योजनानि त्रयोविंशत्
सुवेलम् अधिकृत्य वै
सुवेलम् अधिकृत्य वै
सवानरवरः श्रीमान्
सवानरवरः श्रीमान्
विश्वकर्मात्मजो बली
विश्वकर्मात्मजो बली
बबन्धसागरे सेतुम्
बबन्धसागरे सेतुम्
यथा चास्य पिता तथा
यथा चास्य पिता तथा
कबलेन कृतः क्लेशेतुः
सनलेन कृतः सेतुः
सागरे मकरालये
सागरे मकरालये
शुशुभे सुभगः श्रीमान्
शुशुभे सुभगः श्रीमान्
स्वातिपत इवाम्बरे
स्वातिपत इवाम्बरे
ततो देवा सगन्धर्वाः
ततो देवाः सगन्धर्वाः
सिद्धाश्च परमर्षयः
सिद्धाश्च परमर्षयः
आगम्य गगने तत्स्तुः
आगम्य गगने तत्सुः
दृष्टुकामास्तदद्भुतम्.
दृष्टुकामास्तदद्भुतम्.
The first day, Pradhamena Ahna, by the first day, Chadurdasha Yojanani Kritani, 14 yojanas of the distance have been covered. Every yojana is considered to be 8 miles. 80 miles. 80, yeah. So if you consider that 80 miles, close to that, so the first day itself, 14 yojanas, or otherwise known as 112 miles. 112 miles have been covered on the first day itself. Even marathon race people cannot cover that much of distance. This is the power of the monkeys. मन की बात है, मन से कुछ भी कर सकता है. They will be able to do anything by the power of their thought, power of devotion, power of dedication. Prahrushtaihi gajasankashaihi, by those very delighted who are looking like elephants. Tvaramanehi, very quick in action. Blavangamaihi. Next day, Tvitiyena tata eva ahna, by the second day, Vimshatihi yojanani, 20 more are being covered, 20 more yojanas. Kritani plavagaihi, it's completed by the very plavagas, all the vanaras. Turnam bhimakaye mahabalaihi, by the huge bodies, very quick again in action. Tritiyena hahna, by the third day, tata yojanani, how much? Ekavimshatireva yojanani tu sagare tvaramanehi mahakayehi cha. So by the end of the third day, they already completed 21 more yojanas. Chadurtena tata chahna, on the fourth day, Dvavimshati va, 22 yojanani, mahavegaihi kritani tvaritaihi tataha. Thereafter then, by the quick monkeys have been done 22 more yojanas. Panchamena tata chakna, on the fifth day, plavagaihi kshiprakaribihi, those who are working with such a speed. Trayovimshat yojanani, 30 more, 23 more has been completed. Suvelam adhikritya cha, they have completed with such a speed. It is said the Suvelam adhikritya. So, and they covered and reaching the other shore. Suvelam, the other shore they have reached by that time. So, totally 100 yojanas. First day 14, second day 20, third day 21, 22, 23. So, total is 100 yojanas, which is equivalent to, according to calculations, 692 miles. That many miles have been covered in 5 days. What a speed. Even bullet train would not be possible. It's such a speed. Of course, bullet train can go faster, but here the construction. And Savanara Sriman Vishwakarma Majobali. So that very Nala, who is none other than the son of Vishwakarma, Babanda Sagare Setum, he created the huge, the bridge there. Yatacha Asya Pita Tata, like his father, who could construct unbelievable amount of architecture. Sa Nalena Kritaha Setuhu, that very Setu created by Nala, Sagare Makaralaye, on the ocean of the abode of all alligators, Subagaha Sushube, it brilliantly shown Sriman Swati Pata Iva Ambare. It looked like the Milky Way in the sky. Now tell me, now we have the satellite picture. Now you see how it is. Right? You're able to see how it looks like that of the cluster of stars. Now, how does Valmiki know how will it look from the sky? If you stand in the bridge, how do you know? Unless he has risen up to the sky, you would not be able to see the entirety. Swati Pati means constellation. Swati means constellation. Swati Pata, row of constellation. These are all unbelievable statements. From the satellite you can see. But from sitting on the ground, how do you know how will it look from the sky? So when you look at the sky, you can see probably at that time, because of very clear skies where there is no pollution, no light, etc., you can clearly see the constellation. I'm sure our Mahatmas have already started writing all the astrological calculation, astronomical, and all that because of their constant observation of this star-studded sky. And they might have already noticed the Milky Way and all that. But how do you compare that Milky Way with the bridge without looking from the top? This is what is unbelievable here. It's not added later on. This is written by Valmiki originally. Swati Pata. Ambare Swati Pata. Tato Devaha Sagandharvaha Siddhascha Paramarshaya, and all the great rishis and devatas and gandharvas and siddhas, Gagane Agamya, they appeared in the sky. Tastuhu, they stood. Drishtukamaha Tad Adbhutam, to desire us to see that great wonder that is going on. This is not any easy task. It is one of the greatest wonders of the world. See, if you consider Taj Mahal, which is built by some useless person who's for his wife, cutting the hands of everybody, and that you consider it as a wonder, what about this? Think of it. Can there be any great wonder, human created wonder? Can there be anything greater than that? No. Why? It's built by Indians. No, they don't worry about it. But if it had been built by anybody else, they would have, this is the greatest wonder. They would have already made movies and this and that, whatnot about this. And how the impossible task has been completed by human. A human, okay, with obviously it has to be some not created naturally by God. That's why there is a controversy. Oh, how do you know they created? It's already there. So it's not. Even if it is already there, it is such a wonder. Right? It is built, it is already there, and it is already present under the water. So that is the reason why recently, when there was not recently, at least a decade back, there was a proposition to cut this for the easy transport of ships, because otherwise they have to go around the entire land of Lanka before coming from the east to the west. If you come, or by west to the east, whatever. So let us say from Dubai, if you want to go for the Middle East, you have to go to the other side, to the east coast from the west coast. You can cross through our land, but if ships have to go, it has to go around Lanka. It cannot cross because this particular bridge would not allow the ships to cross. So there was a proposition to cut. Thank God, people who are traditionalist and to some extent have sense about how it should not be done, why it should not be done, they protested on this. And then it was given up. At that time, the useless government that was there in Tamil Nadu was all ready to give okay to this. Thank God they did not do it. Think about it, an historical, great, everlasting such a monument would have been lost if they have cut it. I hope some sense prevails still to not to do this. So anyway, such a wonderful, great thing, praised by everybody, being so conscious, so anxious to see that even the Siddhas and Gandharvas appeared on the sky. Dashayojana vistirnam
Dashayojana vistirnam
Shatayojanamayatam
Shatayojanamayam
Tadrushuhu Deva Gandharvaha
Tadrushuhu Deva Gandharvaha
Nalasetum Sudushkaram
Nalasetum Tudushkaram
Aplavanta Plavantascha
Aplavanta Plavantascha
Garjantascha Plavangamaha
Garjantascha Plavangamaha
Tamachintyam Asahyam Cha
Tamacintyam Asahyam Cha
Adbhutam Lo Maharshanam
Adbhutam Lo Maharshanam
Tadrushuhu Sarvabhutani
Dadrushuhu Sarvabhutani
Sagare Sedu Bandhanam
Sagare Setu Bandhanam
Anikoti Sahasrani
Tani Koti Sahasrani
Vanarana Mahojasam
Vanaranam Mahojasam
Adnantas Sagare Setum
Padnantas Sagare Setum
Jagmukparam Mahodadehe
Jagmuh Param Mahodadehe
Vishalas Sukrutasriman
Vishalat Sukrutat Sriman
Subhumihi Susamahitaha
Subhumi Tutam Mahitaha
Ashobhata Mahan Setuhu
Ashobhata Mahan Setuhu
Simanta Iva Sagare
Simanta Iva Sagare
Tatapare Samudrasya
Tatah Pare Samudrasya
Tadapanir Vibhishanaha
Gadapanir Vibhishanaha
Paresham Abhigadartham
Paresham Abhigatartham
Adishtat Sachivai Saha
Atishtat Tachivaitaha
Sugrivastu Tadapraha
Sugrivastu Tatah Prahaha
Ramam Satyaparakramam
Ramam Satyaparakramam
Anumantam Tvamaroha
हनुमन्तं त्वमारोह
अंगदं त्वत लक्ष्मणः
अङ्गदं त्वथ लक्ष्मणः
अयं हि विपुलो वीर
अयं हि विपुलो वीर
सागरो मकरालयः
सागरो मकरालयः
वैहायसौ युवामेतौ
वैहायसौ युवामेतौ
वानरौ धारयिष्यतः.
वानरौ धारयिष्यतः.
The width of the bridge is 10 yojanas. 10 yojanas is the width. Dasha yojana vistirnam. 100 is the length. The shata yojana ayatam. Ayatam, the extension of that the bridge is 100. The width of the bridge is 10 yojanas. Tadarshahu deva gandharvaha. They saw, all the devatas and gandharvas saw that Nalasetum Sudushkaram. It is called Nalasetu. We know it as Ramasetu, but Nalasetu. Nalena Kritam Setu. Nalena Krita Setu. And Sudushkaram. It's indeed extremely difficult to even think. Aplavanta plavantascha garjantascha plavangamaha. So the Vanaras are so excited. They were crossing this way, then crossing that way. They were garjantaha, shouting at the top of their voice. Tam achintyam asahyam adbhutam lomaharshanam. The unthinkable, impossible, great mighty task that has been, which is hair horripulating, such a task. They saw sarvabhutani dadrshuhu sagare sedu bandhanam. This is a sedu bandhanam, which is building the, nowadays, in today's world, there are many technologies that are there. Even the deepest ocean can also be. They've been doing in Bombay and such other places where there is the causeway and then various other things that they are building, no doubt. There are so much of technologies available now. But then during that time, to make sure that the depth of the ocean is conquered by all these rocks and mountains and trees, etc. Unlike in the Tulsi Ramayan, where it is said that the rocks were floating and with the name of Rama, etc., obviously that is a stretch of the imagination of Tulsidas ji. Where Valmiki is a practical person. There's nothing mentioned like that where they said, they said Rama and then everything started to float. No, it's actual construction. They built it from brick by brick, stone by stone, from the bottom of the ocean up to the surface of the ocean. So that is, which is unbelievable how they have accomplished the task. So, Tani koti sahasrani vanarana mahojasam. So, and hundreds and crores of vanaras. That many people to build this. Mahojasam of mighty power. Badnantaha sagare setum jagmuhu param mahodati. And all of them started to go across using that sagara to the other side of the waters, trying to reach the shores of Lanka. Then, sagare setum jagmuhu param mahotati vishala sukritah siman sabhumihi susamahitaha.
Looks like your line has frozen, Swami.
Mine? Where? I'm not. We're okay.
Well, everybody else is okay because my line froze. Maybe.
Yeah,
Okay,
yours.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Vishala Sukrutaha. So, that is done with the great bridge which Vishalaha Sukrutaha Sriman Sabhumihi. And they very well laid out Susamahitaha, smooth. It's not uneven. So smooth, like a concrete. It was so smooth, well laid out. There was no, nowadays when they build also within one earthquake, everything down. But there they have done very well. Sabhumihi, very level ground. Susamahitaha, very smooth. Vishalaha, wide. Sukritaha, very well built. With no contract. If you give the contract, that fellow makes money and he does not put the proper material there. There's nothing like that. No contract. We ourselves will do it. And Ashobhata Mahan Seduhu, it so beautifully, brilliantly seen. And interesting thing is how the comparison you see. Simanta iva sagare, like that of the parting of the hair on the head of a woman. Women's hair when they part together. I can't show that because it's completely gone. So here, when you have a hair and the parted in the middle, that's called Simantam. Simantaha iva sagare. It is like a parting, middle parting of the hair in the head of the lady. So that how it's seen. It's like a direct right in the middle. Tadaha pare samudrasya. So at the other end of this side is the India, obviously. The end of it is called Dhanushkotihi. That is where it is said Rama stood there challenging Sagara. That is known as Dhanushkoti. From there only it starts. The other end is Lanka. And this end, Vibhishna started to stand there. So tatapare samudrasya gatapanihi vibhishanaha, gatapanihi, with his mace in his hand, paresham abhighādartam, for the sake of striking the opposite, meaning striking the enemy, adishtat, he stood, sachivaihi saha, along with his ministers who were obedient to him. Sugrivaha, on the other hand, Sugriva, Ramam Praha, Satya Parakramam Ramam Praha. He addressed to Rama, one who upheld always the truth. What did he say? O Veera, Tvam Anumantam Aroha. Now you don't need to walk all the way, even though it built a bridge for you, but you have a short flight. Hanuman Airlines you take up, meaning get on to Hanuman's shoulders. Lakshmana will get on to Angada's shoulders. Angadam tu atah Lakshmana. Then ayam hi vipilo sagaraha maha makaralayaha. This indeed is a vast ocean, and by air you can go. Vaihayasau yuvam edau. These two young men are capable of going by air. Vanaro dharayishyataha, being carried by them. You cross over the place, you take a flight with the help of two of these Yuvas, and they were able to carry you because they are not yet married. Yuvas. So, because then Vivaha means to carry on, they keep carrying on the life. But here they are so energetic, so young. They are capable of carrying you and by Hanuman, and Angada, Lakshmana will be carried. This way you proceed. Agrazastasya sainyasya
Agratah tasya sainyasya
Shriman Rama Salakshmanaha
Sriman Ramatta Lakshmanaha
Jagamadhanvi Dharmatma
Jagamadhanvi Dharmatma
Drivena Samanvitaha
Sugrivena Samanvitaha
Anye Madhyena Gachanti
Anye Madhyena Gachanti
Parshvadonye Plavangamaha
Parshvatonye Plavangamaha
Salilam Prapatantyanye
Salilam Prapatanyante
Margamanye Prapedire
Margamanye Prapedire
Kechit Vaihaya Sagataha
Kechidvaihaya Sagataha
Suparna Iva Pupluvu.
Suparna iva pupluvuhu.
So, agrataha tasya sainyasya, at the front of the sainya, Rama sa Lakshmana started to fly, and then Sugrivena samanvitaha jagama danvi dharmatma. Sri Ramaha, along with his huge bow, he proceeded along with samanvitaha, Sugrivena samanvitaha, Anye, others madhyena gachanti, and others who were going right in front, in the middle, Parshvato Anye Plavangamaha. On the both sides also there were people. So he was going along with they were not going faster than them. They were up there on the sky, but on the both sides were the other various other Vanaras. In the front was Sugriva, etc. Salilam prapatanti anye. Some of them, they said, we don't take the bridge. We will only swim across. We want to prove that we can swim. Margamanye prapedire. So others all were walking on the very bridge itself. Kechit vayhaya sahadagataha. So others were flying along with Rama in the back. Suparna iva praplublubuhu. They were flying like that of the eagles. So the whole army was crossing, and there at the other side, Ravana, not having any clue about the whole thing, was wondering what's going on. So now you will get the smell of it very easily. You will try to stop all of them. Aganita
Guna bhushana Rama, Ashrita vatsala jaya jaya Rama, Ayodhyavasi Sitaram, Apad bandhava jaya jaya Rama, Dasharatha nandana Shri Rama, Dashamukhamartana jaya jaya Rama, Kausalya Sukhavardhana
Rama,
Kamita Falada Jaya Jaya Rama, Papa Vimochana Shri Rama, Pattabhirama Jaya Jaya Rama, Janaki Vallabha Sita
Rama,
Jaya Raghurama Jaya Jaya Rama, Vanara Sevita Shri Rama, Varidhi Bandhana Jaya Jaya Rama, Hanumat Pujita Sita
Rama, Sri
Shri
Ram,
Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Raghupati Raghava Raja Rama, Patita Pavana Sita Rama, Shri
Sri
Ram
Ram, Jaya Ram,
Jaya
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 Rama,
Rama, Sri
Shri Ram
Ram,
Jaya
Jaya Ram,
Ram Jaya
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 Rama,
Rama,
सियावर
Ravara
रामचंद्र
Ramachandra
की
ki
जय,
jai,
पवन सुत
Dasata
हनुमान
Hanuman
की
ki
जय,
jai,
उमापति महादेव
Mahadev
की
ki
जय,
jai,
बोलो भाई
Bolo
सब संतन
Santani
की
ki
जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ
Gurunath
महाराज
Maharaj.
की जय।